Hello, and welcome back to another episode of What Does This Button Do? A series where I play video games passionately, but not always very well.
And I watch.
I'm Rhiannon.
And I'm Sigma.
And tonight we are diving right back into Tyrion Cuthbert, Attorney of the Arcane. We're going to continue with Case 3. Last time, we picked up the current case where a worker was killed at a factory and the owner of the factory is being blamed for it, and we're out here to prove him innocent.
And also beat up a couple of teenage hooligans.
Well, we did that last episode.
Did I lie? It is what we're out here for.
I guess.
Well, it's what Celeste is out here for. Seriously, right. if you missed last episode, there were some prime comedic moments. I highly recommend you go back and watch the VOD.
Yes.
Indeed, if you're new to this series at all, by all means, go back and watch our VODs. Some of the early ones have some slightly kinky audio issues, but overall, I think it's tolerable.
Yep. So without further ado, let's hop into the courtroom.
Let's go. Ooh, there's that crispy audio again.
Yeah.
Court is now in session for the trial of Stefanik Dracogen. Dracogen? Yes.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is also ready. Very well. Let's begin the proceedings.
Oh, I'm giggling about the fact that, this is, at this point, technically a civil trial, but...
Yes, well, Prosecutor Steelwind, please list the charges.
It's like, are we the only two lawyers in the kingdom?
Well...
The defendant is charged with criminal negligence in the death of Justin Waye. The death occurred at the Arcane refinery last night. Mr. Waye was an employee of the Dracogen Trading Company, a company owned by the defendant. During work hours, the victim accidentally broke a poorly maintained safety rail and fell into a vat of corrosive chemicals. Attempts to save his life failed, and his body almost fully dissolved.
I see. Oh, gruesome end.
The defendant displayed clear negligence in maintaining the refinery's facilities. As such, the responsibility for Mr. Waye's death falls squarely on his shoulders. To begin, the prosecution would like to call Noah Morrison to the stand. Witness, please state your name and occupation for the court.
Sorry, throat. Yes. Name is Noah Morrison. I'm the harbor master of Oronax's harbor. Yar.
It's my understanding that you witnessed the accident that night. Am I correct?
I did.
Could you please testify to the court about what you witnessed?
I was showing a visitor around the city, and for some reason he really wanted to see the Arcane refinery. He was inspecting the machines there when, suddenly, Masorica ran up to us. She was desperately trying to tell us something. There was just so much noise. After a while, she just pointed at the walkway overlooking the refinery. That's where we saw someone fall in and hurt him. There was a guardrail that should have prevented him from falling, but he broke through it as he fell. So that was a safety rail that should have protected the victim.
Yes. However, upon closer inspection, the city guard found that the rails were extremely rusted. They were clearly poorly maintained by the company.
I see. And this negligence is the basis for the prosecution's charges.
Are you going to present the traces of transmutation that we found?
I can't help but feel like there's something in Morrison's testimony that doesn't add up. Right now, those traces are the only defense we have against Von Sanctus's accusations. It's not a piece that I want to use just yet.
And once you use that piece, who knows how the judge will react? Not much has changed with Morrison's testimony. However, you've collected a lot more evidence since you last spoke to him. Is there anything you found that contradicts his testimony? Yes.
Oh.
Pardon, crunchy audio.
Yeah.
Let me...
For all the audio and visual fixes that we've managed to pull off here, that is one thing that continues to elude us. Excuse me.
Okay, that's the planned robbery. Okay, so I feel like we present this on... Yeah. Because this doesn't make sense, that she saw him fall, and then ran for help,
and then
pointed.
Yeah, and then they couldn't hear her, and so she pointed, and they saw him fall. Hang on. What?
Yeah, please elaborate. Objection. The music didn't stop?
No, it would appear we jumped the gun a bit.
Uh-oh.
That'll probably be something to talk about later. But...
Maybe press this first.
You mentioned that you saw someone fall into the vat. Did you not recognize the person? Well, I didn't know the lad personally, and it was pretty far away. I couldn't get a good look at the person.
Maybe you should keep a pin on that detail.
Could you go into more detail about the moment you witnessed the accident? Of course. What did you want to know about?
It's a good question. I feel like asking what Aster was doing doesn't do anything for us.
I don't think asking what Masorika was doing would do much either. Since we already know that the answer was pointing.
He wasn't looking at the guardrail before Justin fell. Was it very rusted when it broke?
Oh, sorry. Did you see the condition of the guardrail before it broke? What kind of condition was it in? More specifically, was there any rust on it? You can't say I could make out those details. It's pretty far away. I could barely make out the figure that fell into the vat. I see. Could you please include that detail in your testimony? If you think it'll help.
Okay.
That feels... unhelpful. Still, might have... one of those other options might have something we can
Yeah,
work
if I
with.
press again...
Maybe?
Let's ask what Rika was doing.
Okay. What was Masorika doing the moment you saw Justin fall? I told you, didn't I? She was the one who pointed to the walkway in the first place. That's how we saw Justin fall.
Now we press.
Could you please include that in your testimony?
If you think it'll help, yeah. Now we push.
Yes!
There we go.
There's the crunch we wanted.
We hopped it just a little early. Wait, what?
Witness. You said that you saw the victim fall into the vat. Did this happen before, during, or after Masorika tried to get your attention? It was definitely after. If it weren't for the commotion she made, I wouldn't have looked up there in the first place.
It's just as you thought, but what does this mean?
What does it mean, Stimpy? Morris and I spoke with Masorika about what she saw. She said that she saw Justin fall off the walkway and then rush to you for help. Aye, that sounds about right. No, Morrison, it actually doesn't. Oh, what do you mean? If Masorika saw Justin fall before she went to get help, then how did you see him fall after she came to you for help? What? Morrison, Masorika came to you for help. This was in reaction to seeing Justin fall off of the walkway.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying this whole time.
If that's true, then how could you have possibly seen Justin fall off of the walkway again afterward? I have no idea.
Mr. Cuthbert, you're disputing the witness's testimony over a minor detail. It's not minor, sweetie.
The sequence of events is a minor detail?
It's entirely possible that Mr. Morrison or Ms. Tudor simply misremembered.
Well, let's see if we can't hash that out, shall we? I highly doubt that Morrison misremembered the order of what happened. His testimony matches up exactly with the testimony of his companion.
Then Ms. Tudor must be the one who's mistaken.
I'm compelled to agree with Ms. Steelman. Those conflicting accounts seem extremely minor. The prosecution's case is based on the broken guardrail. And only 3 individuals witnessed Justin Waye break said guardrail. The defense asserts that these 3 witness accounts must be consistent with each other. Otherwise, this evidence is not strong enough to find my client liable.
Please, the break in the guardrail is directly over the vat. That is enough physical evidence. It proves that the victim fell in because the railing broke.
How do we know that the guardrail wasn't broken by some other event?
That's ludicrous. You're clearly just playing devil's advocate. I'm the defense attorney. That's kind of my job.
I'll admit that I also find the defense's assertion dubious. However, I see no harm in allowing Ms. Tudor to testify to what she saw.
Rika saw a lot less than Morrison and Astor did, and her testimony was a lot less detailed. But the one detail she did remember was that she saw Justin fall off the walkway. Hopefully, her testimony might clear up what happened.
Bailiff, please escort Ms. Tudor to the witness stand. Didn't have enough time to come up with a stupid Mr. Plinkett bit.
Witness, please state your name and occupation for the courtroom. This is probably Rika's first time testifying in a courtroom. You hope she'll be okay. As if I need such introductions, but allow me to indulge you all.
Oh god, she's cringe. There
Oh lord, is she seriously doing that here?
So glad I've actually managed to find a Plinkett gag to do.
I am Masorika Tudor, Dark Lord of Aranax, High Archmage of the Cadmium Flames, and business proprietor of Sweet Confections.
I see. I was not aware we were in the presence of such a renowned individual.
Wait, does he actually believe her?
Why are the judges in these games always idiots? I love it. Your Honor, Masorika Tudor is the owner of a local cafe in Arcane. But isn't she also a High Archmage?
No. I am!
No, she really isn't.
Tyrion, you're ruining my flow!
He's off her groove!
Yeah, stop ruining her flow, Tyrion.
I'm sorry, but you've thrown off the Archmage's groove.
I'm sorry! You would say that your flow is most disrupted right now.
God, you threw off my groove! Anyway, Miss Tudor, you were at the Oranax refinery on the night of the accident. And you witnessed the moment that the victim fell off of the walkway. Am I correct?
Yes, that's right.
According to your statement, you ran up to Morrison after you saw Justin fall off of the walkway. The problem is that there's a contradiction between both of your testimonies.
There's a contradiction?
Morrison testified that he didn't see the victim fall into the vat until after you approached him. This wouldn't make sense, though. You saw the victim fall off of the walkway before you ran up to Morrison. Morrison couldn't have possibly seen the victim fall again after that.
Oh, I think I see what happened.
You do?
I think you're misunderstanding what I said before.
I misunderstood you?
Hello, Ifrit.
Oh, hey! Ifrit's here. And he's sorry! If that's true, could you please testify to the court exactly what happened? Please include every detail you can remember.
Sure.
Try not to yank my own headphones out.
I was at the refinery when I heard a strange sound from the walkway. I'm having a hard time getting back into Rika's voice, excuse me. When I looked to see what it was, I saw that Justin had tumbled over the guardrail. But he hadn't fallen into the vat yet. I saw him barely hanging on to the edge of the platform. I didn't know how to get to the walkway from there, so I looked for help on the grounds and found Mr. Morrison. He must have seen Justin lose his grip on the ledge and fall into the vat after that.
Anyone else notice something interesting about that testimony?
That he fell over the guardrail, not through it.
Prepositions are tricky, tricky beasts, friends.
But line.
Yes. So the victim didn't immediately fall into the vat, but hang onto the edge of the walkway. That would explain how Mr. Morrison saw the victim fall into the vat after Ms. Tudor saw him fall off the walkway. In any case, Mr. Cuthbert, you may begin your cross-examination. I do not understand what the preposition is.
Press that.
So this was the moment that you saw Justin fall off the walkway.
Yeah.
And you said that he fell over the guardrail.
I did, but I'm not sure how it happened. I think something caused him to lose his balance. He tumbled over the guardrail and fell right off of the walkway. Interesting.
But that still doesn't explain why Morrison saw him fall after you ran to him for help.
Well, I did see Justin fall from the walkway. Evidence. Yeah, they saw a figure lean on the guardrail and break it.
Mm-hmm.
Objection. Over. She said over, didn't she?
Rika, you said that the victim tumbled over the guardrail. As in, he was thrown over it.
Yes, that's right. What?
Did you see the moment that the guardrail broke?
No, I didn't. I already told you that, didn't I?
But you did see the moment that Justin fell off the walkway. And in that moment, did you see Justin break the guardrail?
No, like I told you. I didn't see the moment that the guardrail broke.
But that's the thing, Rika. According to Morrison, Justin Waye broke the guardrail as he fell into the vat. More specifically, he said that Justin was standing on the walkway when this happened.
What?
According to the prosecution, Justin Waye leaned on a faulty guardrail and broke it, falling into the vat. But that's not what you saw, was it, Rika?
No, I saw him tumble over the guardrail.
Bonk. I'm afraid I don't see the importance of this, Mr. Cuthbert.
God, the judge is stupid.
Yes, I am. Are you accusing the witness of perjury?
No.
Are you accusing the witness of chucking off his pants?
No.
That would appear to be Mr. Brother Doink in chat.
There's definitely something going on here. But what?
Oh, most of the judge's senility from the look of it.
Masurika is a mage, and you don't want to suspect her. But you need to consider every possibility. What is happening here? They're both telling the truth. They're both telling the truth, you guess.
Love the confidence!
But how does that make sense? Okay, think through this. If we assume that Rika and Morrison are telling the truth, you need to remember the exact order of events. First, Rika saw Justin go up the walkway. When I looked to see what it was, I saw that Justin had tumbled over the guardrail. But he hadn't fallen into the vat yet. I saw him barely hanging onto the edge of the platform. She saw Justin fall over the guardrail and off the walkway. Local judge checks pants in courtroom themes and arcade doing. You're really taking this places, Ifrit, and I'm not following. Justin was able to grab onto the walkway ledge. That's when Masurika went to look for help. This is when she ran into Morrison and asked her.
Masurika came running towards us. He was trying to tell us something. The damn machines were too loud for us to hear. She pointed at the walkway, and that's when we saw someone fall into the vat. By the time we could get them to stop the machines, it was too late.
And then there's Aster's account of events.
Did you see the expression on his face? He might have been unconscious. I'm afraid I couldn't see anything on his face. It was much too dark to make out his features. Wait, you didn't actually see his face? How did you know it was actually him that fell in? Well, who else could it have been?
Aster and Morrison couldn't see Justin's face. That one detail of their testimonies never sat right with you. But you dismissed your suspicions. They found Justin's body in the vat, after all. You know for a fact that he fell into that vat. But you never considered one other possibility. Another person fell into the vat. Another person? Is that really possible? But it's the only thing that makes sense. It would also explain how Rika, Morrison, and Aster all saw someone fall off of the walkway at different times. But then, who is this second person? Ugh, you don't have a choice. Even if you don't know all the facts, this is the only conclusion you can draw.
It's the only thing that makes sense. So it's a shame that it doesn't make sense.
Well, and also, this isn't gonna help your case?
Won't it?
Oh, I mean, it doesn't prove that the railing was properly maintained.
Not on its own, certainly. I think you've had quite enough time to deliberate, Mr. Cuthbert. Are you accusing the witness or not? I'm not accusing the witness of perjury, Your Honor. Both Ms. Tudor's and Mr. Morrison's testimonies appear to contradict each other. But they're both telling the truth.
Then please enlighten us, Mr. Cuthbert. How could both of their testimonies possibly be true?
Well, I think there's only one possible explanation. Both Ms. Tudor and Mr. Morrison saw someone fall off the walkway.
They found a robotic man in the vats 3 days later. It was giving a thumbs up.
Y'all gonna want to remember that gag.
Oh no.
But the person that Ms. Tudor saw and the person that Mr. Morrison saw were two different people.
Are you serious, Mr. Cuthbert? Do you honestly think some random person fell into the vat moments after Justin Waye fell in?
It's the only conclusion that makes sense, Miss Steelwind. Ms. Tudor knew the victim and recognized him. That's how she was able to confirm that it was him that fell into the vat. However, Mr. Morrison and his companion did not know the victim personally. They could barely make out his features. They only assumed that it was him after learning that he fell in.
Please. It's far more likely that Miss Tudor is simply mistaken about what she saw. What? No! I'm sure I saw Justin tumble over the guardrail!
And you may have been kidding, Ifrit, but it's true. The second man that fell in was giving the thumbs up.
And let's not forget Miss Tudor's allegiances. As a beneficiary of the Dracogen Trading Company, she has every reason to confound this case in the defendant's favor. That's not... Order!
Crunchy, crunchy order. That's enough. This is a civil case, Mr. Cuthbert, not some murder mystery for you to throw wild theories towards.
On the contrary, Your Honor. This
was clearly an accident.
It looks like you don't have a choice. You're going to have to use your trump card.
Let's go, baby.
You have one piece of evidence that implies that this wasn't a simple accident. No, not blockade. There we are.
There we are.
I dramatically tapped it and nothing happened.
Darling, never do a dramatic tap. No one's gonna see it. just tap it.
It made me feel good. It gave me the good brain juice.
Are you sure about that, Your Honor? John Cena?
What?
Justin Waye's death was reported as an unfortunate accident. As a result, the city guard put it... Why are we doing sight gags for audio? It's the runaway guys all over again.
Because I am a mess and refuse to be stopped.
As a result, the city guard put minimal resources into their investigation. More specifically, there was no reason to call in the Arcane Inquisition.
What are you talking about now? Why would the Inquisition be... No! Are you saying that...
I am saying that. Unlike the Oranax City Guard, I have a mage capable of casting Detect Magic. My bodyguard, Celeste McCoy, scanned the crime scene for magical traces. And she found traces of transmutation on the broken guardrail. Traces of magic were found at the crime scene.
Take a bow, Celeste.
But that would make this a potential homicide, Your Honor.
This is ridiculous! The accident took place within an arcane refinery. Those traces could have easily come from the purification process.
Miss Steelwind, those traces were found only on the guardrails that Justin broke. We didn't find them anywhere else. We can't be certain of what happened, but it's clear that a mage used magic near the scene of this accident. Foul play may have been involved. But my theory of another person falling into the vat is entirely possible. My client is not at fault for the guardrail breaking. Considering this shocking revelation, there is still much we do not know about Justin Waye's death. That said, I have no choice but to suspend the trial of Von Sanctus versus Dracosian.
You had a feeling that this would happen. Just like your other cases, the court won't pass a verdict unless a culprit is found.
The court will give the Arcane Inquisition time to investigate the scene and the supposed magical traces. It will resume the trial in 2 days' time. Court is adjourned. Bonk.
Crappy bonk. Well, at least we survived the first day. But it kind of feels like we're back to square one.
Yeah.
The Inquisition will get involved. They know that magic played a role in what happened. If you want them to dismiss the case against Dracosian, you're going to have to find out exactly what happened. If that's even possible. Hey! Are you okay? You feel a headache coming on. A migraine, judging by the visual warp.
Yep. Yeah, I think I'm just tired.
Well, this day has been exhausting. It's pretty late. Should we just head back to the inn and continue the investigation tomorrow?
No. I want to take another look at the refinery before the Inquisition gets there. Yeah.
But maybe you shouldn't, sweetie. A midnight rendezvous gone wrong. What does that mean, Ifrit?
Put a pin in that.
The throbbing pain in your skull seems to disagree with you doing that. Yeah, no. We're heading back to the inn.
I'm fine. Really.
Tyrion, I know you're anxious about the trial, but you need to get some rest.
I'll sleep when I'm dead. It's fine.
It's not. You're going to work yourself...
Would you just stay out of my way?
Again, your voice came out louder than you meant for it to. Bro, are you okay?
Yeah. All I need is chicken soup and a minimum of 8 hours of bed rest. Indeed, yeah. Where is Alfred when you need him?
Yes. Tyrion Cuthbert needs an Alfred. Fine. Whatever. Do what you want. It's this damn city. Being back here is really getting to you. That's all the more reason to get through this trial as soon as possible. The soreness in your head doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon.
Tyrion can brood while he eats.
Perhaps she's right. You'll be better off investigating the scene after some rest.
Okay, but now I'm picturing Tyrion just glowering over a bowl of chicken soup.
I kind of love that mental image. That's a save point. Another nightmare overtakes your sleep. You clutch the note tightly in your hands as you read it. I'm sorry, Tyrion. There were so many things that I wanted to tell you. So many things that I wanted to show you. But I'm afraid that I can't do that now. I need you to be strong now. This world is bleak, merciless, and unforgiving.
Be strong, Tyrion. Be strong, another.
Why do you keep killing the serious moments?
Because my brain is just full of shit posts.
But I've seen you. I know how bright the light within you is. Use my eyes. Peer beyond the divine gate as I once did. Use it to reclaim the future.
Your eyes? I don't understand.
Do you need me to do the little kid voice?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. It doesn't matter. All you have to do is stop the execution. If you can just distract the knights long enough, you can save her and run away.
I'm gonna hit the executioner with a stick.
You'll have to abandon your home, but at least she'll still be with you.
Yeah! Ow.
As you try to sprint towards the gallows, a knight grabs your arm and pulls you back.
Hey, kid. You can't cross this point. You weren't ready for the bad Han Solo, were you?
I was not ready for the Mark Hamill doing an impression of Harrison Ford.
Hey, stop that.
You fruitlessly try to break his grip by striking him with your bare hands. But he barely feels anything through his armor. You continue delivering blow after blow to him, but it does nothing. Your knuckles start to bleed. Irritated by your behavior, the knight pins you to the ground.
Damn, kid.
You desperately struggle against him to no avail. And from this position, you have no choice but to watch what's happening.
Wait! Stop!
You make eye contact with your mother one last time. Her body goes limp. You stare blankly at the hanging body. Oh, I didn't expect the hanging. Oh, she...
No. This isn't... Mom?
You clutch her note tightly in your hand. You feel a comforting, yet fleeting warmth from it.
Mom!
That's modern.
Mom!
That's current.
Mom!
Tyrion?
Mom?
Wait, what?
Celeste?
You snap back awake. It was another nightmare.
About that. Only took 10.
You notice that tears are streaming down your face. Oh, honey! You quickly try to bring up your sleeve to wipe them away. But you realize that Celeste is firmly gripping your hand.
Why are you...
Sorry! You were shouting in your sleep. But you seemed to calm down a little whenever I held your hand. Oh! So, I've been doing that.
Oh.
Tyrion, are you okay? You're not.
Oh god, he's not.
You've been acting weird since we arrived in Aranax.
It's nothing.
It is very obviously not nothing, sweetheart.
It's a lot of something.
You are gonna have to roll way higher on your bluff. It's not nothing. Does it have something to do with your mother? For the past 2 nights, you've been calling out for her in your sleep. Please, just talk to me.
Don't worry, he's got a 2 in his charisma mod.
I'm your friend, aren't I? You never even realized it. You didn't have many people in your life after you left Aranax. You only had Miss Tymora, and she never wanted to talk about what happened. But Celeste, she's been there since you started your career. Of course she's your friend.
It all happened a long time ago. We lived here together in that old house. My mother was a merchant. And a mage.
Your mother was a mage?
But I guess the gift of magic skipped my generation. I could never use it. About 10 years ago, my mother's business partner was found murdered. And they found traces of magic at the crime scene.
They thought that your mom did it.
Miss Tymora was my mother's defense attorney for the trial. She did everything she could to get her acquitted. But she could never find the real culprit. They found her guilty of first-degree murder. tried to stop her execution.
Your voice starts breaking. Tyrion.
I'm
What?
Coming back here has brought back so many memories. Thought that I'd already moved on from what had happened. If I could just keep saving people as an attorney, then maybe I could put all of this behind me. Darling, I'm acting.
I know, but you do too good of a job, and it has to be done.
She's hugging me! But I'm back in Arcane, and those feelings are still so fresh in my mind. It's like I'm still the same powerless child from 10 years ago. I know that I've been taking that out on you. I'm really sorry.
Don't be. I get it. I know what it's like to lose someone like that. She does, doesn't she? When my dad was murdered, you were there for me. If it weren't for you, I would have still believed that he died hating me.
Celeste,
Celeste slowly clasps your hand with hers again. It feels warm and comforting. Has this been the warmth you've been feeling for the last few nights? Oh, my heart!
Chip.
Oh, the diabetes! So, just let me be here for you. You can feel yourself dozing off. You have to snap yourself back awake.
Sorry. Last few days have been a little tiring.
It's okay. Don't you dare, Ivrit!
Belay that order.
It's okay. Just focus on falling asleep. I'll stay with you for as long as you need me to. Oh, this is really cute. What the hell? I'm also feeling pretty tired, though. I'll just rest my eyes a bit. For the first time since you arrived in Aranax, you finally receive a good night's rest. You wake up the next morning feeling well rested. Yay! You feel almost a little too rested. Oh no. Are we late for lawyer school?
It's worse than that.
You feel really reluctant to leave the comfort of your bed.
Celeste, you there?
Your hand feels warm.
Yeah!
It's so cute, I can't! You can feel your heart stop. Ship.
Celeste!
What do you want?
Weepy baby!
Her eyes slowly open as she wakes from her equally restful sleep. She drowsily scans her surroundings. You both start out of bed. Stop! Shan't. So... You seem to be doing better? You're okay, right?
Yeah! Thank you for last night.
Don't phrase it like that, Tyrion. Jesus.
That's not what I meant?
Poor phrasing.
Nope, that's not what I meant.
Oh, God.
Huh? Are you there, Mr. Cuthbert?
I can't.
Oh wait, it gets worse.
I can't deal with
Not right
Aster right now. What the hell? Celeste, pipe down. Your soul nearly jumps out of your body.
Oh!
You suddenly hear Aster's voice, and it's extremely loud.
Oh, right, he's not behind the door.
He's not
Mr.
behind the
Cuthbert?
door!
Are you there?
Are you kidding me? He's...
Magic.
I am going to die! You look around to see where he is, but he's nowhere to be found. Okay.
Like I said.
Magic. That. You know I hate that gag.
Aster? Ah, thank the Scaled Lord, I've finally gotten through to you two. I just thought to watch you guys.
What? Where are you?
I'm using a spell to speak with you right now.
Yeah, we kind of got that.
You're welcome. I apologize for contacting you in this manner, but I was worried that something had happened to you two.
Right. Of course. So, what do you want at this time of day?
This time of day?
Mr. Cuthbert.
Mr. Cuthbert, it's 3 p.m. in the afternoon.
Oof.
Yeah, I've
Been there. Been there.
I've been trying to reach you for the last reach you for the last 6 hours. I had to eat in order to keep myself alive.
I've been trying to reach you about your vehicle's extended warranty.
Get the fuck out of my house!
No.
Okay.
What? 3 p.m. You missed the entire morning.
I hope everything's okay. Did something happen? No, everything's okay. If it's already this late, we should head over to the refinery.
Yes, investigation. Let's do that immediately.
Without talking about anything else that happened in the last 12 hours.
Mr. Cuthbert, your free trial for WinRAR's expired.
But my zip files!
Celeste immediately power walks out of the room. Power walks, does not run. You quickly follow after her.
And again. If you're heading to the refinery, do you mind if I meet with you two? There's something I'd like to ask you. Sure.
Sure.
Wonderful. I'll see you at the town square.
Great. Fantastic.
Awesome.
There's your boy.
Is it hot in here, or is it just you?
It's me.
She
Lex.
is fanning herself.
Because I laughed too much and it got me overheated. Okay. You quickly meet Aster in the town
Next
square.
chapter, rigorous, intense, flap, flapping.
Ifrit, no.
No, that's not until... we'll get to that.
You quickly meet Aster in the town square while you walk to the refinery. You and Celeste walk to your destination with purpose. A little too much purpose.
Da-da-da-da-da.
It's almost as if you're both trying to distract yourselves from something. Every time you make eye contact with Celeste, she quickly glances away. In the most adorable fashion. Things are a little awkward, but you much preferred this over-the-fence move between you two yesterday. There's no 18-plus patch, Ifrit.
That we know of. I'm just saying, I could pull some strings, maybe.
No.
So, Aster, what was that spell you used earlier? It let you speak with us without being there. Oh, that was a conjuration spell. It's called Send Message.
I just, feel a little bit uneasy that you can just contact us out of the blue like that.
More importantly, you're a little worried about what he might have seen.
Oh, yes, the snoo snoo. I feel like that's an exploitable soundbite there, but oh well. Don't worry. The spell's completely harmless. I can give you the parameters if you'd like.
Send a message. For the duration of this spell, the caster projects their voice to communicate with the target. Anyone within a 30-foot radius of the target can hear the caster's voice. The caster can also hear sounds close to the target, allowing for two-way communication. The target must be a person known to the caster. That person must also be conscious, otherwise the spell will fail. Alternatively, the target can be an object that is attuned to the caster's magic.
Ifrit, you can take the plap in P3 and put it in the refrigerator.
It looks like it only facilitates communication. He definitely didn't see the embarrassing state that you two were in. Thank God. By the way, I'm not trying to be rude, but why are you following us?
I'm bored. Oh, yes. I was still trying to think of the proper method to ask you, but you both seem to be on edge at the moment. What did you want to ask us? You already told me about the traces of transmutation at the refinery. But the trial yesterday really highlighted the significance of that. I can't simply... Please! I need spackle! With apologies to Proton John and the guy who created Ren and Stimpy. I can't simply stand by if I was a witness to a murder. And... May I join you in your investigation? I love this idiot.
Oh god, he's got such golden retriever energy. You're questioning his motives. For a variety of reasons. He was the only other mage that was at the scene of the crime. He is a bit of a loony.
He's a total loony.
And between him and Rika, you definitely trust Rika more. You've also known Rika more, though.
Alright. I see no reason why not.
Celeste shoots you a concerned look. You subtly gesture for her to keep an eye on Aster. She nods in acknowledgement. Aster is your prime suspect right now, and he has to be aware of that. And is frankly probably fanboying about it.
Oh, darlings, I don't think he's even remotely aware. You should tell him, it'll make his day.
But if you keep him close to you, you might catch some dissonant thoughts through the eye. You arrive at the refinery and see that several knights from the Inquisition have already arrived. I should hope so, it's 3 p.m.
Oh boy. Yep, there he is.
There's our guy!
Oh, fox.
You glance at the damaged walkway and see Commander White there with a few of his knights. He seems to notice you too, but he only pays you a passing glance.
Well, that's certainly rust. Oh, Mr. Cuthbert, I have been waiting for you. I'm Irish now, excuse me. Mr. Cuthbert, I've been waiting for you. There we go, that's his voice. I am so paid enough for this nonsense.
Mood Orem.
For quite a while, might I add.
This is just gonna continue being a point of weirdness, isn't it?
Right. Sorry about that.
What were you two up to, Snoo? I suppose you have your reasons. And you've more than proven yourself worthy of my trust. Although...
Dracojin gives Aster a suspicious side glance. He appears to have come to the same conclusion that you did.
Well, you've given me little reason to doubt your judgment. I'll leave the investigation in your capable hands.
Speaking of the investigation, where should we start first?
Now that we've gotten the Inquisition involved, we might be able to learn more about the magical traces at the crime scene.
You look at Commander White, who is inspecting the walkway. He's probably your best bet for getting more information about the investigation.
Picturing him just standing up there looking at the broken walkway like, There's your problem.
So, up to the walkway to talk to White.
Oh, it's you two. And who's this? Wait! The hell?
Commander, please don't.
What the hell are you doing here with the Crown Prince?
Get out! I saw this bit over your shoulder and I lost my mind. It's so good!
Listen, he only goes Piccolo when he yells, because I'm not good at doing really,
What?
significantly deeper voices than I already have. It appears that my cover has been, blown, as they say. Did he just say that you're the Crown Prince?
I love
Yes.
Royals Incognito!
My full name is Aster de Wyvengard IV, heir to the throne of Wyvengard.
He didn't even use a fake name.
Do you really think that occurred to him?
Probably not. He is a bit of a dumbass.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, we love him though. Oh yeah. I mean, it is his job.
I know. It's just, darling. It's not his job. It's his birthright.
This entire time, you've been speaking to the heir to the throne?
I was hoping it wouldn't come to this.
Sorry, Your Majesty.
Highness? Probably
Highness.
Highness.
Grace? Himboishness? Himbosity? Himbosity.
Your imbosity.
None of that. I would much prefer if you all continued to call me Aster.
No, I could never.
You've never seen the commander this flustered before.
Why did you find the need to hide this from us? I didn't want you to think less of me.
Less of you?
I admire your work, Mr. Cuthbert. Which is why I was afraid you wouldn't speak with me if you knew the truth.
Stop being rude, Commander. In a way, he was correct to assume that.
Yeah, I got a bit of a reputation for being a bit...
Anti-noble.
just a touch.
As a member of the royal family, he represents everything that you and Ms. Tymora are fighting against. But he does look like a sincere and genuine person.
Yes,
At the very
sincerely and
least-
genuinely stupid.
At the very least, you haven't seen anything incriminating through the eye of Horus. At any rate, this complicates things greatly. Aster is your primary suspect. So if he did commit the murder, you would have to implicate a member of the royal family.
Yeah, good luck with that.
A nobleman is one thing, but would it even be possible to convict the crown prince? No.
Is law.
You'll excuse the very dated Judge Dredd reference.
Well, no matter what, you won't stop seeking justice. It doesn't matter who you're facing, be they man, king, or god. And princes aside, you came here to talk to the commander about his investigation.
This is...
Since Aster is accompanying you, he might be more inclined to share details with you. Hi! Let's have a chat.
I'm surprised the Inquisition is even here. I thought you were all busy investigating Aster's missing ship.
Oh, wait, you know about that too?
Oh, that's right. We weren't supposed to tell anyone. Sorry, Morrison.
Oops.
The commander glances nervously at Aster.
We wanted to put more of our people there. But Lady Steelwind insisted that we focus on the Draconian.
He's like, please don't get me in trouble.
As you should. I would much rather have you find justice for Justin Waye.
Hey.
That's far more important than looking for some musty old ship.
Aww, what a good boy.
Right. Is this kid for real?
Magical traces.
Have you discovered anything about the magical traces here?
We did take a look at it. It's definitely suspicious. The only rails with magical traces on them are these. The fact that we can still see them means they were left within the last 48 hours.
As we established.
It's looking pretty likely that someone used transmutation on these rails that night.
It still doesn't make sense, though. Why would someone weaken these rails specifically?
I have no idea. I'm just as confused as you are. This is really foul play, that someone knew that Justin or some other person would be in this exact spot.
Has the Inquisition found any evidence to prove my theory?
You mean one person falling into the vat? Sorry. It ain't that simple. The body of that Justin fella sort of dissolved. It's quite gruesome.
Oh, yeah, also Aster's arcane art is conjuration, not transmutation. I mean, not that he couldn't use a transmutation spell.
Yeah.
But
The arcane art listed in their profile
it's just their primary.
It's, basically their specialty.
Mm.
They're perfectly capable of learning a whole host of different spells.
Another person had fallen in, and her body would have dissolved too. But we could only find some bone fragments, blood, and a lot of metallic shards.
Have you been able to use divination magic to identify the bone fragments?
Yep. The ones we found all belong to Justin Waye.
Hmm.
No signs of bones from another person.
That contents. The Inquisition was able to fish out several pieces of bone matter and metallic shards from the vat that Justin Waye fell into. Divination magic confirms that the bones belong to him. None of the bone matter found belongs to another person.
There wasn't any evidence of another person falling in?
Could your theory have been incorrect then?
Are you sure that you and Morrison saw a person fall into the vat, Aster? I only saw someone fall off the walkway and break the guardrails. Although, thinking back on it, I didn't recognize who exactly that person was. The harbor master and I were pretty far away. It wasn't well lit.
Do you think the second victim's body fully dissolved? That might explain why we can't find any bone matter from them.
Ah, yes, osteoporosis.
No. My theory is correct. If my theory is correct, the second victim fell in minutes after Justin fell.
It's okay, Tyrion. I have a hard time talking after waking up at 3 p.m. too.
Yes, especially with your hand in a girl's cleat. It wouldn't make sense if that person's body fully dissolved before Justin's.
But why can't you find any bone matter of this person?
Either way, Dracojin might want to hear about this.
Tell us about the vat liquid.
If the liquid is so volatile, how are you able to take things out of the vat? Oh, the liquid isn't volatile anymore. When the harbor master and I reported what we saw, the workers poured some sort of alchemical solution into the vat.
Yeah, according to them, that solution neutralized the evocation magic in those chemicals. Here, magical liquid in these vats is usually blue.
Oh,
The solution that they poured in turned it green.
interesting.
Yes. Unfortunately, it was too late. By the time they neutralized the liquid, Justin's body had already mostly dissolved.
And if they hadn't neutralized it so quickly, we probably wouldn't have found anything.
Neutralizing liquid. When Noah Morrison and Aster de Wyverngard reported the accident, the refinery workers poured a yellow alchemical solution into the vat. This solution neutralized the destructive magic of the vat's liquids and turned it green. They are usually blue. If they hadn't neutralized the liquid, everything in the vat would have been completely destroyed. So, let's chat about the prince, since he's
Yes,
right here.
let's talk about the big white crown-wearing elephant in the room. still can't believe that you've been the Crown Prince this entire time. I wasn't trying to deceive you. I was just worried that you might treat me differently if you knew the truth.
Oh, right. Should I call Steelwind over here for you? She'll probably want to see you.
No, I think it would be best if you didn't.
Oh, I remember now. If you're the Crown Prince, that makes Prosecutor Steelwind your fiancé.
That should be fiancé with 2 E's, but that's nitpicky.
Not gonna lie, Aster, I thought it was just cosplay.
Right. Lady Freyga mentioned that during the Nightgrave case. That's why the name Aster sounded so familiar. You saw it in her thoughts.
Miriam. She's caused me so much trouble by publicly revealing my marriage to Lady Steelwind. I'd hoped to keep it a secret for much longer.
Comment on that, please.
Where is Professor? Flapping splurp. It keeps happening. Listen, I'm tired and I'm starting to overheat from all the laughter. Where is Prosecutor Steelwind anyway? She always investigates these crime scenes herself.
She said she wanted to investigate the disappearing ship personally. She seems really hell-bent on finding the people responsible. They did attempt to kidnap the Crown Princess.
Aw, she must really care about you, Aster.
Yo. No, I highly doubt that.
What?
Our marriage was arranged by our parents well before we were born.
That's gross.
A little bit. She had no say in the matter, and I know she only tolerates me for the good of our kingdom.
I'm sure she I'm sure she still cares about you.
No. I can tell by the way she behaves around me. Her hands quiver with rage, and she can't even bear to look at me when I speak to her.
From someone who has context for a later scene, that's too funny.
Carry the lead too hard. Damn. Can't believe she treats even the Crown Prince like that.
She may be my fiancée, but our marriage is purely political.
There we are, right form of fiancé.
She endures so much because of her name.
Take it from a Crusader Kings player, the Steelwinds are moving on up.
Right.
It's true!
Well, you're not wrong.
She is marrying into royalty, like...
Yep. I guess you aristocrats have your own heads. Meanwhile, I've been eating cup noodles for the past 3 weeks.
Let's talk to Mr. Dracogen.
Goodness, you must really like cup noodles.
He would be that oblivious. He has big Dr. Frat energy. Dr. Frat was my Greek teacher who said the wildest shit because, like, he'd never been in a position to be poor, and so, like, could not comprehend the struggles of a poor, broke college student.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So he would say the most, like, outlandish, out-of-touch shit. And it was frankly hilarious. Like, sorry, we cannot relate to your complaints about the state of foie gras in Belgium. We have never been. Like, that was the kind of stuff you would talk about daily.
Anyway, here's a big bearded Scotsman.
Love you, Dr. Frat.
Quite pleased with your work during the trial. I'm glad I put my trust in you.
Aw, happy.
Happy. Oh, he's a happy man. Thank you, but we're still a long way from getting your case dismissed. And showing the possibility of a murder definitely made things much more complicated. I see no reason to blame yourself. You merely played the cards that you were dealt. Honestly, I'm still trying to make sense of what happened.
Do you have any idea who the second victim might be?
I have no idea. All of my other employees are accounted for. I doubt there was anyone who worked for me.
Then who was it?
Whomst indeed?
All employees present. Aside from Justin Waye, every employee who works at the Arcane refinery is accounted for. Justin is the only Dracodian employee who fell into the vat of corrosive chemicals.
To be perfectly honest, I'm a little concerned with how many unauthorized people were there that day.
He has a point. It seems strange that Justin, Rika, and Morrison were all there.
And Aster!
Well, I mean...
Especially Aster! He's supposed to be kidnapped! Yeah.
Weird. Aster kinda has the right to go where he pleases.
Well, yes, not that... not that he's keen to let most people know that. Dracodian. We spoke with the Inquisition about what they found in the vat. And they can only find bone matter belonging to Justin. Well, that and several metallic shards.
That can't be right!
I know. I was hoping to find some hard evidence to prove my theory. I'll have to find another approach to prove it.
Oh, that's not what I meant. There shouldn't be any solid matter in those vats.
Are you talking about the metallic shards? I just assumed that those were some kind of magical byproduct.
No, the refining process requires that everything in the vat remains a liquid. Solid matter would absorb the liquid's magical properties and paint the entire batch.
So those metal shards weren't supposed to be in there. Do you think they came from the broken pieces of the railing?
Possibly. I'll probably want to double-check with the commander to make sure.
But this is definitely strange. And the music cut out, so you know it's important. You'll need to take a moment to work through all of this.
From what Dracodian said, there shouldn't have been any solid matter in those vats.
I agree, Ifrit. Aster does have that energy where he'll go somewhere on a whim.
Well, I mean, who's gonna stop him?
We've already confirmed that the bone matter they found came from Justin's body. But that leaves another question. How did metallic shards appear in the vat? Where did those metallic shards come from?
A metal object was thrown into...
Justin Waye.
the vat.
A metal object was thrown into the vat.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Whatever that object was, it probably dissolved into the shards that Orem found.
I'm imagining Aster off on the sidelines, like, fanboying about the fact he gets to be present for an infamous Tyrion Cuthbert deduction cycle.
Woo!
That's the thing, though. The magical liquid in the vat was extremely volatile. It was destructive enough to reduce an entire human body to a few shards of bone.
What should the magical liquid have done to the object? Keep clicking the wrong way. The vat liquid should have completely destroyed the metal object.
The object would have been completely destroyed. We shouldn't have found any metal shards in the first place.
Right, but we did find them. How do you explain that?
That night, something happened to prevent the metal object from being fully destroyed.
The vat liquid was neutralized shortly after the accident was reported.
When Aster and Morrison reported the accident, the workers immediately neutralized the liquid magic. They did this to attempt to save Justin, but it would have also stopped the liquid from destroying anything else within the vat.
So that's why we found those metal shards.
And whatever that metal object was only partially destroyed. This means that it fell into the vat around the time that Justin died. If it fell a while before the accident, it would have dissolved completely. And if it fell after the accident, it wouldn't have dissolved at all. Furthermore, whatever that object was, it was probably as large as Justin.
Metallic shards. A large, unknown metal object fell into the vat around the time that Justin Waye fell into it. The magical liquid reduced it to several small metallic shards. What do we know of that's metal and human-shaped? Not a Terminator.
Do you think this metal object had something to do with the second victim? Maybe they were holding it when they fell in.
I'm not sure, but it's definitely possible. We should take a closer look at the metallic shards that Commander White found. Those shards might help us identify the second victim.
If that person even exists. Nothing else to ask you. Hey, Orem!
And back up the stairs, and back down the stairs, and then back up the stairs again.
Hey, it's a good workout.
Commander White, you mentioned that you found several metallic shards in the vat. Do you mind if we take a look at them?
Sure, just don't get any bright ideas about taking anything. I've got my eye on you. You'll, also want to avoid touching them with your bare hands. The liquid is neutralized, but it definitely ain't good for your skin. In the background, one of the members of the
The commander motions to one of the Inquisition Knights.
My fingies!
After a few moments, he brings back a large barrel filled with metallic shards. Oh, a lot of shards.
Huh.
What? There were that many?
What could have possibly fallen into the vat?
Well, I guess we should get started.
Ugh.
You spend some time closely inspecting the metallic shards with Celeste. The shards are only the size of small rocks, and it's difficult to find any discerning features.
You Sarah Connor?
Oh, excuse me.
Are you Sarah Connor?
Nice typo there, bud. Any luck on your end?
No, I haven't found...
Celeste?
I think I found something! I'm not exactly sure what it is, though.
Celeste pulls out a metallic shard with some sort of engraving on it. Unlike the other shards, this one looked far less damaged. The engraving on it looks like some sort of crest.
That's the crest of House von Sanctus.
Isn't he the noble that's charging Dracodian?
Metallic shards updated. A large unknown metal object fell into the vat around the time that Justin Waye fell into it. The magical liquid reduced it to several small metallic shards. One of the shards has the crest of House von Sanctus, the noble family that controls the city of Aranax.
Well, I doubt that Lord von Sanctus was the second victim. Aster, do you know who would have a house emblem like this? Normally, only the Lord's retainers would have the emblems of his house. Well, I doubt that Justin was the one who had this in his possession.
Do you think one of Von Sanctus's retainers fell into the vat that night?
It's definitely possible. But if that did happen, why haven't we heard about it? Lloyd von Sanctus would have the resources to keep something like that out of the public eye.
Didn't we mention that something that we've seen before is made in this area? Something we've seen before that's entirely metal and looks like a human and is human-sized?
The only way to know for sure would be to ask him ourselves. But even if we could talk to him, he would never cooperate with us.
Yes,
Not
it's
Mega Man.
It's absolutely Mega Man.
You glance at the prince. Someone of his station would have no trouble meeting with Lord von Sanctus. An idea begins to form in your mind. Hey, Aster! You want to help us on an investigation?
Do I?
Do you?
Do I?
Do you?
Do I?
Rat?
I was hoping for it to be in Celeste's voice, but okay. I do. Unless... What is it, Mr. Cuthbert? Aster, do you think you can help us interrogate Lord Von Sanctus?
Really? You need my help?
There it is.
Do I?
There's that golden retriever puppy energy.
In this instance, it'd be very difficult to speak to him by ourselves.
I kind of kicked his ass in chess the other day, and now he hates me.
But as the Crown Prince, he'd be much more inclined to speak with you.
Of course, I'd be happy to help.
You might be overplaying your hand by utilizing Aster this way. You're still wary of the prince, especially since he was one of the few mages in the scene.
Will this really work, though?
It's not ideal, but it's the only lead we have so far.
But it still bothers you. Why haven't you found any bone matter from a second person? Maybe you're overthinking it.
Picturing a dude from Von Sanctus' house just like, I have osteoporosis. Fierce.
You should pursue every lead and see where it takes you.
Just throwing eye tubs in a vat of chemicals, and nothing of value was lost.
And to do that, you need to find out where Lord Von Sanctus is. Orem, do you know where he is? Dang it.
Have you tried it?
You know, that might be a good place to start.
So this is Von Sanctus's house.
It'd be more appropriate to call this building a palace rather than a house.
What's that smell?
Sauerkraut.
As you head further into the manor, you're hit with a very pungent and sour odor.
I was kidding!
It almost burns the interior of your nostrils every time you inhale.
Well, we're here. Bleach?
Sauerkraut.
You look around the manor and don't see anyone nearby.
It looks like Lord Sanctus isn't home at the moment. Perhaps we should try looking somewhere else.
Unsurprisingly, there is absolutely nothing going on in the entrance hall.
Go say hi to Rika?
It's kind of the last place we got.
Anything happening here?
Rika, are you here?
You enter Rika's cafe and find the place completely empty. You see a sign on the front door. It reads, closed for today.
It looks like she closed the restaurant for today.
Yes, thank you, I can read. Since the Inquisition is involved now, they might have taken her in for questioning. I really wanted to go into detail about what she saw. But it looks like we'll have to go somewhere else. Right, back to talking to the boss man.
No?
About maybe the metal shards that were found in his vat? You can present material, dear.
Oh. Derp. You know anything about these?
Apparently not, sorry.
The square?
I'd be surprised, but then again... Oh, never mind.
We mustn't let such idealistic notions throw our nation into chaos.
You arrive at the town square and see Lord Von Sanctus speaking to several spectators from a podium.
There's Lord Von Sanctus.
He appears to be giving some sort of speech.
You do your best to remain hidden from his view while you listen in.
Please understand, the actions of the nobility seem callous. However, we only have your best interests at heart.
Doubt.
This controversy with the Dracogen Trading Company is just one of the many examples. These so-called unions that men like him support may seem appealing.
Because they are.
Shh, have some pizza. But they only
But they only obfuscate and hinder the nobility from protecting the working class. That's not how you use the word obfuscate, sir.
Also, we had pizza for dinner. We had a pizza party. We had a management-sponsored pizza party.
But we're management.
Exactly. We bought ourselves pizza. Therefore, it was a management-sponsored pizza party.
I don't think that's how that works. Men like Stefanik Dracogen are merely charlatans. They only seek financial gain by strong-arming your true benefactors. Excuse me, consumption.
It's the inbreeding.
Or something.
True benefactors. What a joke.
I knew that Von Sanctus was wary of Dracogen. But I never expected him to be this zealous about getting rid of him. It's no concern of mine if you lack food. You shouldn't have been peasants.
Exactly.
I think it's less about Dracogen specifically, and more about what he represents. What do you mean? The Dracogen Trading Company has presented tangible proof that its policies are both effective and profitable. Even businesses that have no affiliation with him have started following his example. Von Sanctus is merely a relic of the past.
I like you, Aster.
He's alright. And I think he knows that his archaic ideals won't survive in this landscape. I can only hope that our Grand Kingdom recognizes this danger as I have. Meh.
The pompous noble leaves the podium as the citizens ponder his words.
What a load of garbage.
Oh, it's this guy again.
Hello. It's obvious that Von Sanctus knows his days are numbered.
But look at what happened. We let the common folk set their own standards, and a young man died. Woo!
Got a point there.
You saw Von Sanctus get into a carriage shortly after his speech.
Jeeves!
It appears to be heading back to his manor.
Well, there we go.
Can I
Chase him down.
look at this freaking statue?
You can.
It's a statue of some kind of daredevil?
That's Ferdinand Dumont, a famous stunt performer and physicist. Good bit of interplay between those two disciplines, I think. I heard he used to run shows here several decades ago. He'd always jump over large obstacles or crevices in some kind of wheeled vehicle. Bicycle! Bicycle! I heard he even tried creating flying machines near the end of his career. What's this, a sandwich? That's peasant food. I only eat T-bone steaks and drink Johnny Walker Double Black.
Okay.
Second harvest,
Flying machines?
bitch! Yeah. I heard he didn't even use magic to make them fly. It's a shame that the kingdom hasn't tried to develop his research further.
Thank you. I just needed to know who that Warbirds-looking ass man was.
Well, we saw Von Sanctus heading back here. We should be able to speak with him soon.
Wait, Tyrion, isn't he going to recognize us?
We can't really avoid that. If we want to question him, we need to speak to him directly. But even a noble like him would have to act civilly with the Crown Prince present.
You mean like how you civilly embarrassed and insulted him a few days ago?
Right. You completely forgot about the chess tournament.
Well, it's not as if we can hide our identities from him. I faced him in the chess tournament, and I'm Dracogen's attorney. He knows what we look like.
What we look like? Wait, that's it!
What?
Illucio!
Wait, what are you? Wow. That's quite impressive, Celeste.
Right? I've been practicing that one.
Oh god. Oh god, she turned me into a newt, didn't she? What are you two talking about? I think you should see for yourself.
The prince gestures towards a nearby mirror in the hallway. You reluctantly approach it. Just what exactly did Celeste do to you?
Oh god, she turned me into a newt. Oh. Why do I look like Reese Rudolph?
It's so good! I love it! We're not Homer Simpson. This is good.
It looks great, right? Eris taught that one to me.
Oh god.
Do you honestly expect him to fall for this? He's probably a powerful mage. He'll see right through this. Are you telling me that the Crown Prince is here? Why didn't you notify me sooner?
You hear Von Sanctus shouting at his attendant from down the hallway.
Yeah!
He seems to be quickly heading this way.
Presumably flailing his arms. You might want to disguise yourself as well, Celeste. Don't encourage her. This is extremely illegal.
Right,
Tell this ridiculous disguise and... He's almost here.
I can't think of anyone.
I'm terribly sorry for keeping your highness waiting.
Lucio!
She turned herself into a newt.
No.
What was that? What are you talking about? I could have sworn that I heard something. She got better.
I didn't hear anything either. You must be imagining things.
Scaled Lord, help us. Of all the people she could have chosen. At least she's able to mimic her voice well enough.
Gee, it's almost like they share the same voice actress.
It's almost like I'm doing all the female voices.
Oh, Lady Steelwind, I wasn't expecting you until much later.
Well, I do not answer to you. I shall do as I please.
Yes, I suppose you have a habit of doing that.
Surprisingly, it doesn't look like he's seen through your disguises. He must have other things on his mind if his guard is down like this.
Lord Von Sanctus, pardon the abrupt intrusion. Came by to pay my respects. I am honored by your majesty's presence. Unfortunately, I'm quite busy with administrative matters at the moment. Man, too busy to show hospitality to the heir to the throne.
That's an I'ma kill you smile, and I like it.
I didn't. I wasn't. Meh. I suppose I have some time to speak with you.
The conditions aren't ideal, but at least you have Von Sanctus here with you. You should let Prince Aster make small talk with him for a bit.
Oh joy.
After that, you can subtly bring up the Von Sanctus crest that you found in the vat.
I heard about the charges you've brought against the Dracodian Trading Company. Forgive my bluntness, but is everything well within your estate? That. I'm simply cleaning house. Nothing more. I've dealt with plenty of men like Dracodian before, and this time will be no different. I'll suck his dick. I love catching her off guard with this shit. I understand that he may be taking business away from you. But does that really warrant you sucking his dick? Oh, God damn it, I unplugged myself.
Deserved.
But does that really warrant you taking such drastic measures? So funny. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to just write this out in a second.
Just read the lines.
It's not about his business. It's these ideas that he's putting into people's heads. He's allowed these unions to continue existing. Man. And other businesses are following his example. It's absolutely absurd. It's as if the entire world's gone mad. I see. Our society only functions when the lower class knows their place. If that's how If that's how our society functions, then perhaps it is flawed.
You're still young, Princess. These righteous ideals may sound appealing, but they are the path to disorder. Common folk do not care about the well-being of our kingdom as a whole. They only care about themselves individually. If we allow them to become empowered, they will use that power selfishly.
Like the noblemen totally are not.
It's up to the upper class to maintain order.
I see.
Ooh, I approve. I approve of that emotional reaction from Aster.
Thanks, Prince.
Face.
By the way, I'm surprised that you're representing Lord Von Sanctus, Lady Steelwind.
Oh, right. What is he doing?
It's already hard enough to maintain this ruse.
I know that you recently became a prosecutor, but I never imagined that you'd represent a noble.
Don't get ahead of yourself, Aster.
What does that even mean?
I don't know, but I'll...
Let's not be coy, Lady Steelwind. Now, if you must know, Your Majesty, House Steelwind and I came to an arrangement. Yes. A fair lady is so keen on wasting her talents on civil work. Given that, I might as well utilize her to my benefit.
Do not speak of... Do not speak to her like that.
I meant no disrespect.
God, I wish Steelwind was here.
But rest assured, this is only temporary.
I see. So you have an arrangement with Lucio Steelwind.
It seems that Aster is collecting his own information.
Don't get Aster angry.
You wouldn't like him when he's angry.
He does go a little bit... murder hobo. By the way, Lord Von Sanctus, have any of your attendants gone missing lately? Excuse me.
That's an oddly specific question. But no, all of my attendants are accounted for. Even Gregory.
You don't see any dissonant thoughts from the eye, but he could be unconsciously shielding himself from it.
I must ask, why would you ask such a question? Well, you see, I actually found a discarded trinket while walking around the city. It had the crest of House Von Sanctus on it. I was worried that something unsavory might have happened to one of your people.
Ah, I see.
Nice cover, Aster. He's good at this.
Right? Someone's been reading his mystery novels. Or his...
I suppose you must be on edge after what happened to your ship. However, items with the Von Sanctus crest are quite common nowadays.
Really?
The item that you found must have been a product produced by Von Sanctus Industries.
An item produced by Von Sanctus Industries?
Yeah.
So the Von Sanctus crest is on some of the items produced by your company.
Not just some of the items. The Von Sanctus crest is engraved on every product created by Von Sanctus Industries. As a result, people have come to associate the quality of our products with the quality of House Von Sanctus. Yeah. Or at least they did until hacks like the Trojan came out of the woodwork.
So in other words, it's just branding.
In other words, it's just branding.
What type of products does Von Sanctus Industries produce?
We used to produce magical accessories for mages. But now we produce all manner of products. As the head of commerce in our kingdom, we've diversified our holdings. Yeah.
Oh,
Synergy! Ugh. That means the metal shard could have come from anything. Metallic shards has been updated in your notes. Von Sanctus Industries places its crest on all of its products. Therefore, this shard could have potentially come from a product produced by Von Sanctus Industries.
Yeah.
It seems this line of questioning led to a dead end. Damn it. Is it really impossible to identify where that shard came from?
Do you sell your products to the Dracodian Trading Company?
Yes, of course I do. Despite my misgivings with Dracodian, it would be foolish of me if I didn't do business with him.
That means that there are Von Sanctus products in the Arcane refinery. You're called Von Sanctus Industries, after all.
That's true. The metal shard could have been from some sort of industrial pool.
Just what are you implying, Lady Steelwind?
Beep! A twinge of nervousness through the eye. Does he know something? Why would he get so defensive over a question like that? Was there a Von Sanctus product in the refinery on the night of the murder? She misspoke and said murder instead of accident. But that is evoking a reaction. Answer the question, Von... Celeste attempts to loudly slam the tip of her cane on the ground, only to realize that her cane isn't actually real. Oh no.
Oh no.
She loses her balance and tips over a nearby vase. The vase shatters on the ground, creating quite a mess of broken shards and water.
So, Lady Steelwind, are you okay?
Celeste immediately regains her balance and tries to act as if nothing happened. I'm not paying for that. Lord Von Sanctus completely loses his composure and recoils at the sight of the broken vase.
Construct, I require your assistance! Acknowledged.
It's a different voice this time.
Yeah.
I guess they ran out of the clips. In response to Von Sanctus's call, an arcane construct walks out from a nearby closet.
Well, these aren't tool constructs, so
Yes,
why would they still have Bellwether's voice?
correct.
Construct, clean up this mess at once! Yeah.
He seems very disturbed by the mess. Is he some sort of clean freak?
Well, he's one of those things.
Acknowledged.
The construct begins quickly picking up the shards of broken vase.
You own an arcane construct?
I do. Von Sanctus Industries is the inventor of arcane constructs, after all.
Right. You recall Celeste mentioning that earlier.
Would you like one, Your Highness?
My apologies, I'm not very interested in using artificery.
Suit yourself.
In any case, I'm afraid Lady Steelwind must be taking her leave now.
What?
Remember, you said that you could only accompany me for 1 hour.
Oh, he is so good at this!
Dude has been reading his thrillers. It's close to being 1 hour. Right, Lady Steelwind?
What are you... Oh, wait, 1 hour? It would definitely not be good for us to be here for more than 1 hour. Oh, does this illusion only last for an hour?
This illusion only lasts for an hour. In the meantime, may I discuss some personal matters with you, Lord Von Sanctus?
Of course, I'm at your disposal, Your Majesty.
You raise an eyebrow at the prince. It appears that he didn't come here just to help you. But you suppose that you've gotten all the information you need out of Von Sanctus. It's time to move on to the next lead. That was embarrassing.
Yeah, that was a bit too close for comfort.
Well, at least no one saw through our disguises.
Are you an attendant here? Shit. You're so boned.
That's not Celeste!
Please notify Lord Von Sanctus that The real Arya Steelwind walks through the front door of the manor just as you are about to exit. She immediately stops in her tracks upon meeting her doppelganger.
Literally could not come up with any other lady to disguise herself as.
Nobody in all of the time.
You got 2 Giannis sisters. You got Eris. Well, I kind of get why you wouldn't want to disguise yourself as Eris.
You've got your mom. We've seen her before. Masarika.
I mean, that's about the end of the list of anybody who wouldn't immediately raise some serious red flags.
Yeah, Ruby would be a very bad idea.
Yeah.
Borio.
With one spell, Steelwood dispels the illusions over you and Celeste. Upon seeing who you two really are, she lets out an irritated sigh.
Is impersonating the Steelwind some kind of hobby for you, Ms. McCoy?
She looks really angry this time.
No, there was a really good reason for us doing this. Let me guess.
You wanted to interrogate Von Sanctus without him knowing who you really were.
Yes?
No?
Yes.
Lying about your name is one matter, but impersonating a noble using magic is a serious crime.
Tyrion? Help, please.
Are you seriously going to have to defend her in court again?
Here we go again.
You quickly try to think of a way to defuse this situation.
Sorry for the wait, you two. I had to discuss... Lady Steelwind.
Great. According to Aster, Steelwind despises him. Knowing that he was a part of this will just make things worse.
Your Majesty? Why is he here?
Oh, I see you've dispelled their disguises.
You knew about this?
Oh, she's so cute! Aster steps between you and Steelwind. It seems that he's trying to calm her down. That's amazing.
Look how cute she is!
For better or for worse, her attention is firmly focused on him.
I'm terribly sorry. I didn't mean to disrespect you.
No, that's not why He's really close.
That's a new face indeed.
Oh, she's so cute!
They pulled this ruse under my orders. Could you please look the other way just this once?
Okay.
Thank you, Lady Steelwind. I won't forget this.
Well, I don't know how to vocally represent that. The key smash.
I need to go. Well, that was certainly something.
I'm sorry you two had to see that.
What?
It's as I said before. She absolutely detests me.
Sweetie. Honey.
He's such a dumbass!
Child.
Oh, this guy!
You saw it, didn't you? She could barely look me in the eye.
Oh my god.
Anyways, we're starting to run out of time. We should head back to the refinery.
But we still don't know where the metal shard came from.
From what Von Sanctus told us, I don't think we can find out exactly where it came from. If each of Von Sanctus's products has that crest, it could be any number of things. Hopefully, Dracogen can help us narrow that list down. If it did come from some kind of industrial tool, he might be able to check if any of the refinery's tools are missing.
You just hope he can provide you with some kind of lead. That was beautiful.
Oh, it's even better than I remembered.
I forgot her face, it's so cute!
Hello again, Mr. Cuthbert. I hope you have good news.
Me too.
Well, actually...
He takes-
And so, after a lengthy car chase involving 12 lima beans and a peanut,
He takes some time to explain to Dracogen what he found during your investigation. You're still uncertain about the identity of the second victim. That metal shard with the Von Sanctus crest is your best lead right now.
I see. With that said, do you have any tools that you've purchased from Von Sanctus Industries? I do. He personally sold me quite a few when I first arrived in the city. I have a security system for the refinery building from him. Really? Did you purchase anything else from him? Well, he also tried to sell me some of those arcane constructs. He told me I could be the first person in Aranax to own such innovative technology. I turned him down.
Really? But they seem so useful.
I don't feel comfortable trusting machines to handle the work here. Those constructs require very specific instructions, and they lack common sense. That's true. We saw how unreliable they could be during the Nightgrave case. He heavily emphasized how exclusive this deal would be for me. Back on it. Probably trying to make me dependent on his services.
Yeah, I guess you made the right choice by refusing his offer.
Products from Von Sanctus.
Meh.
Lloyd Von Sanctus personally sold several industrial tools to Stefanik Dracogen on behalf of Von Sanctus Industries. A lot of these tools were present in the Arcane refinery. Von Sanctus Industries also created the security system for the refinery. Von Sanctus attempted to sell Dracogen a few arcane constructs, a product that is not available to anyone else in Aranax. However, Stefanik Dracogen did not trust the construct's ability to perform tasks effectively. He did not purchase any.
So, have any of the tools from Von Sanctus Industries been reported missing? Well, the Inquisition actually asked me the same question. So I took some time today to check my inventory.
Why would the Inquisition ask him for that? Did Steelwind come to the same conclusion that you did?
There was one tool that was unaccounted for. Really? What kind of tool was it? A rod of mending. It's a large tool that we use to repair damage on the machines. Tool for repairs? How large was it? Quite large, actually. It's called a rod, but it's more of a large cylindrical tool. You know, like my ex. It requires 2 people to properly carry and use it.
Wait, a repair tool like that would use transmutation magic, right?
That's right!
What if the rod of mending was the thing that weakened the guardrail?
That would seem counterintuitive.
I mean, is that possible, Dracogen? I suppose that is possible. Now that you mention it, I recall there being a way to reverse its effects.
You never even considered that the transmutation traces were left by an artificery tool.
Yeah, you should send it to Wombo.
That does lift some suspicion off of Aster. Rod of Mending. An artificery tool that channels transmutation magic to repair objects. It's possible to reverse its magic and cause it to weaken objects instead of repairing them. It's quite large, and requires 2 people to properly carry and use it.
Someone could have sabotaged the rail with the rod, and they might have thrown it into the vat to cover their tracks.
But it didn't completely dissolve. That would mean that they threw the rod in close to when Justin fell off the walkway. It can't be a coincidence that these 2 events happened so close to each other.
And we still have no idea who actually broke the guardrail. We didn't find a second body in the vat, and we don't have evidence that proves the second victim even exists.
I feel as if we have more questions than answers at the moment. We've learned a few new facts about the case, though. And the Inquisition has verified the traces of transmutation on the guardrail. The burden of proof is still on the prosecution to prove that Dracogen is at fault. Even if Steelwind has a proper explanation for that, I can counter her with the facts we've learned thus far. I just hope the trial goes as smoothly as you're describing.
They never do.
They never do.
It rarely ever does. But knowing that would just needlessly stress him out.
Yep. Regardless, I appreciate... Dear mine!
I'm sorry,
Moxie.
my finger slipped.
Regardless, I appreciate the work you've done thus far. I'll leave things in your very capable hands.
You just hope that you don't encounter any more curveballs tomorrow.
Well, bit of a shorter one this time, despite involving both a courtroom scene and an investigation scene.
Yes, but this wraps us up right around 10 o'clock. So I think that's a good place to call things.
Hey, none of that. Stop that.
Return to title screen.
There we go. Much better.
Okay, so that was another episode of Tyrion Cuthbert, Attorney of the Arcane. Thank you to everybody who dropped by. We will resume this next Friday, hopefully. Only reason we didn't resume this Friday was because I had a migraine.
A combination of a migraine for her and just kind of general burnout from kind of both of us, really.
So, this should continue on Friday, where we will hopefully be wrapping up this case.
I think so, yeah.
Hopefully.
I'm pretty sure this next one is our last court scene, and then, Dunyan rings for this chapter, at least.
Well, we'll see then.
Yes, indeed.
So, until next time, thanks for stopping by. And let me see, what does this button do?
Put that cookie down! Now!